Tumbo! Oh, there goes a tree. Hey, what is up guys, Man for you, back with another mod showcase. And today I will be showcasing the Enviromine mod, which is probably, in my opinion, one of the coolest mods I've seen in quite a while. Now, it doesn't add in like a whole bunch of new features. It's not like a big mod, and it doesn't add in a whole bunch of mobs or anything. What it does do, though, is make the game of Minecraft a bit more realistic. Now, one thing you're going to notice right away is I have 4 different bars at the bottom sides of my screen. So on the left side, you've got temperature. Below that, you've also got hydration. And then on the right side, you've got sanity. And you've got air quality. So I'm going to explain those in a few moments' time. But first, I'm going to explain some of the items here. Now, I believe this mod is still like getting features added to it. I'm not sure if it's 100% complete. I know it's been out for a couple of years, but I think there are some elements to it that are work in progress at the moment, and I'll explain that. But I'm going to show you the crafting recipes for the items, and then I'll explain the different things on the bars. Okay, leg spike. So, this has to do with the hydration. We've got some different types of water bottles, and excuse me for the leg, not sure why I'm getting that. But in addition to the normal water bottle, you have the cold water bottle, the dirty water bottle, and the salt water bottle, or the salty water bottle. So you can either craft these, or you can find them. Like not find them water bottles, but you'll find water with those qualities, and when you try to get water from them with a bottle, then you're going to end up getting that type of water. So you can either craft the cold water bottle using a normal water bottle and a snowball, or you can find them in cold biomes like tundras or cold taigas. The dirty water bottle you can find in places like jungles and swamps, or you can craft it with a water bottle and some dirt. The salty water bottle can be found at beaches and oceans with sand, or you can craft it with sand and a water bottle. So I'm going to take these out and show you the different effects that they'll give you. The cold water bottle, the only effect it gives you really is it drops your body temperature, but these other two, they have some negative effects. And then there's also rotten food and spoiled milk, as food and drink do rot in this game, so it's a nice little feature. Obviously the water doesn't rot, but the milk does. I'm not sure how long it takes for the milk to rot, but I think food takes, I think 7 days? Yeah, 7 days. So it says how much rotted it is, what day it's on. So you don't want to stock up on a whole bunch of food. Yeah, so 7 days to go rotten, and then you'll have some bad effects, which I'll showcase right now, I guess. So you have the cold water bottle, and you'll see body temperature on the side. It's the one on top, on the top left. It's above the hydration, and it drops slightly, not a whole bunch, but it did drop slightly. Drinking the dirty water bottle. Oh, it didn't do anything. I thought it did. Maybe that's a bug. Okay. Well, the salty water bottle, it'll heal you up for a bit, and then it'll start dropping your hydration a lot quicker, because that is similar to how salty water acts in real life. And if you drink spoiled milk, I wonder what happens. You get hunger. I'm not sure what happens if you eat rotten food. I'm not hungry at the moment, so I cannot, and I'm getting leg spike for some reason. Also, a neat thing about the dehydration is you can just go up to any pool of water and right-click on it, and you'll drink it up. So you don't even need a water bottle to drink water, you just need to be near a source. Now, you can actually purify the water too by either dumping the water in a cauldron that has fire underneath it, or you can cook it up in a furnace and it'll become normal water. Okay, now I can eat on food. Oh, I guess nothing, it just doesn't really heal very much. Okay. Let me just get back into creative. if I can type. There we go. So, next here we have two things, the esky and the freezer. Now these are made for preserving food so it doesn't go rotten. So if you want to be able to get a whole crap ton of food right away, you can craft an esky, which will preserve it for twice as long, or a freezer, which will preserve it for a very long time. So the esky is made with a chest in the middle, 3 snow blocks, and then 5 lapis lazuli. And then the freezer is an esky in the middle, 4 ice, and 4 snow blocks. And so these things, you simply place them down and you put your food in there. And they're the same size as like a small chest. I'm not sure if you can double them up. Nope, you can't double them up. Next here we have the Davy lamp. I'm not sure why it's called Davy, but there's probably some reason behind it. And it's used for detecting gases. There are gases in the game. I don't know too much about them. Some are flammable, some are just kind of there, some give you bad effects. I haven't really run into any of them, but you place it down and it acts as a normal, it acts as a normal light source, but it'll change color if there are certain gases in the area, and we'll come back to this later because it has another feature that I'll explain in a few minutes. So it's crafted with 4 gold, 1 torch, and 2 glass panes. Now the thing about torches, the useful thing about a Davy lamp is it doesn't set things on fire, because torches, they now do. Anything flammable, just a minute or two, not even, sets fire. So that is very cool. I like that. It adds to the realism, but it also sucks if you're making a beginner house out of wood, because you can't have torches or your house is going to die. So that is the Davy lamp. So it's useful for houses. The only problem is you're not going to be able to get it right away because of the gold. Anyhow, next we have a hard hat, which is made from 4 dandelion yellows, a redstone lamp, and an iron helmet. And this comes in useful when mining, because in this game is physics, and I think this covers my eyes. It does. I can't see now. Because there are physics in the game, which I'll explain later, and if blocks fall on your head, you're going to get hurt. But the hard hat absorbs the damage and takes the damage into itself, so you don't get hurt, but the hard hat does. Okay, next here we have the respirator and the air filters. So air filters are crafted with 6 iron ingots, a wool, charcoal, and paper. Or you can either craft it with 1 wool, 1 paper, or 2 paper, or 2 wool. That's interchangeable. And then the respirator, and it'll make 4 air filters. The respirator is crafted with 6 iron ingots, 1 glass pane, and 2 air filters. And so you can just place that on your head, and it's pretty cool. If you're down in the depths and there's a difficult time breathing, then this is going to come in useful, because it'll keep your air quality up, and but it runs down. You'll see it's at 100% right now. It'll run down fairly quickly, and you're going to have to create new air filters for it. Actually, if it'll stop lagging, I can grab some gas, and there we go. It's like a Darth Vader sound. Pretty cool. Okay, why am I getting so much lag? So if I go in here, we'll see. I might need to be in survival. Okay, unless this gas doesn't suffocate me, it might not. Okay, well it goes down fairly quickly, and it keeps your air quality up, and it looks pretty neat. Okay, so next after that we have got the Camel pack, which is used as a portable source of water. It holds a whole bunch of water. You can craft it either like with 8 leather. No, excuse me. I don't know why I couldn't say leather. You craft it with 8 leather and a glass bottle inside, or it can be a full water bottle and it'll automatically be full. You place it on your back, and your dehydration will be able to stay up. You can also attach it to a chest plate so that you can stay protected while you're wearing it. So that's really very neat. Now these two things here, I'm not too sure how the no physics block works, because there are physics in the game, as I explained. So if I do that, it'll just fall. But if I do this, then physics works, and if I destroy it, physics still work. So I'm unsure how the physics block works, and you're not able to craft it either. So yeah, I think that might be a work in progress right now because you can't craft it or anything. And next we have burning coal. Now this is very cool as well. Just like torches, torches light things on fire. Coal now becomes flammable. So if you grab some coal, and excuse the background noise, my siblings are just being very bothersome at the moment. So if we light the coal on fire, boom, burning coal, it'll set fire, and it's really very neat. I like it, and apparently there's gas. There's gas everywhere. The fire and furnaces, stuff like that, lava, they'll suffocate you quicker because of the lack of air. So you're going to want to be careful around them. And here we have the elevator, which is made of the elevator top and the elevator bottom. And I'll explain this. This brings you to another dimension. Now, the bottom part is made with 3 diamond pickaxes, a furnace, 2 blocks of iron, and 2 iron bars. And the top part is crafted with a redstone lamp, 2 blocks of iron, 2 iron bars. And so you got to be down near bedrock for this. You place it down, you go into it, and you go to the next dimension, the cave dimension, which I will explain later. Anyhow, so I said I'd explain the different bars at the bottom of the screen, and that is what I'm going to do now. I explained some of them a little bit earlier when I was going through the crafting recipes, but I'm going to go into a bit more detail now. So the temperature, you'll see there's a little like white dot and then 2 little black bars. The black bars are the temperature around me, and the white dot is my body temperature. So it says my body temperature in Celsius beside there, and if I'm in survival, it'll actually change. So you can see it's starting to go down towards the 2 black dots. Water is usually 10 degrees cooler, if I will stop getting leg spikes, 10 degrees cooler than the surrounding area. And so right now I'm in a hot place, a desert, so it's going to start going up. The more you run, it's going to go up as well. And once you reach 38 degrees, you're going to start to sweat. So you'll see there are little water particles that are coming off me now, which is very cool. And I keep getting leg spikes. Ow. Seriously, I don't know why I'm getting them. And so if it keeps going up, if I let it go up at 39 degrees, I'll get heat stroke 1. I think 41 degrees I'll get heat stroke 2, and 43 degrees I'll get heat stroke 3. Heat stroke 3 will kill you, and you'll die, so you don't want to reach that point. Heat stroke 1 and heat stroke 2 will just make you a lot weaker, and so you don't really want to get there. And you actually get hotter with iron armor on. Leather armor also makes you slightly warmer, but iron armor puts your temperature up quite a bit. So if I let myself die like this, you'll see, and especially if I start running and jumping around, look at how quick that's going up. I'm gonna die soon. You spontaneously combust. It's pretty sweet looking. So we're almost there. We've got heat stroke 2. So you see all the bad effects I've got right now. And my vision's starting to go white. Starting to get damaged. And die. So that time I didn't spontaneously combust, but I think if you're near like lava or some other heat source, you will. And that's pretty cool. Now we've got a flip side, a cold biome, and I don't know if there are any near here, so that could be a problem. But when you reach, stop with the leg spikes, seriously. When you reach 35 degrees, you're going to get hypothermia 1, 32 degrees, you're going to get hypothermia 2, and 30 degrees, you're going to get hypothermia 3, and that will freeze you to death. And oh my goodness, those leg spikes are so bothersome. And so when you get down to hypothermia, you have a possibility of getting frostbite, and you'll start dropping items you're holding in your hands. And speaking of that, there are actually some achievements for this mod. I'm not going to list them all and say what they'll do, mainly because I don't know them off all by heart, and not all of them are unlocked. But there are a few different achievements. You guys can, if you decide to download the mod, which I really suggest you do, you can go in there and discover them for yourselves. They're pretty cool. I always love when mods add achievements. It's really neat. Anyways, so I think I do want to stick to the temperature, so I'll just cut the video until I reach a place of coldness that I can showcase that. And one thing before we get to the winter biomes, I forgot to mention about the heat, is you can actually drink a fire resistance potion, and it'll prevent you from getting heat stroke. So that's really very, very cool. And one other thing is, dry biomes like deserts, they'll become very cold at night, so even though it's hot during the day, it becomes very cold at nighttime. So desert, probably not the best place to live. Anyways, so let's go find that cold biome now. Okay, here we go. So it's not a snowy place, but it'll do, as you can see from the black dots. It's a lot colder than the plains and other biomes. So this will do for our purposes, and I'm just gonna let it go down. So yeah, and you'll see the effects. And I'm actually gonna grab some food or something so that you can see the frostbite in effect. And if you, I think that's one of the achievements actually, frostbite. If you let something drop, so it's taking its time, taking its sweet time. So I'm gonna skip ahead, so you don't have to sit through all this boring stuff. Skip ahead to when the effects start. Okay, so now I've got hypothermia level 1. So when you get hypothermia, you just start to slow down, and I think you get mining fatigue. That might be hypothermia 2 though. And if we let it go all the way down to 32, that's going to take a bit of time still, unfortunately. Then it'll get even worse. So, okay, skip to 32. Tumbo! Oh, there goes a tree. Okay, hypothermia 2 is getting into effect. We've got mining fatigue and weakness, and my vision's going white, and I think it's becoming nighttime. So, once we reach 30 degrees, which should be very, very soon, then I'm gonna die. I'm gonna freeze to death. And I think I should be getting frostbite at some point. I don't know if you always get it, or if it's just like you occasionally get a thing. I'm not sure, but I hope I get it because I want to showcase it. Come on. Drop, body temperature, drop. What if I got myself a cold water bottle? Or many cold water bottles. Ah, there we go. Hypothermia 3. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna start freezing to death. Well, doesn't look like I've got any frostbite, but I die. Alright, back here at the village, and so dehydration, I think I already explained pretty much most of it with the water thing. Your dehydration is going to go down and you want to keep it up. The insanity, now this one's really cool. Your insanity will slowly go down when you're in the dark, in caves and stuff, when there are hostile mobs nearby, and I think there are 3 blocks that lower your sanity, and those are skulls, webs, and soul sand. So those will lower your insanity. Dragon's egg will rapidly put your sanity back up to 100%, and plants also restore your sanity. So what I'm going to do is there are some configs you can go into, custom configs. I'm not going to explain them, but I'm going to speed up the sanity so that it goes down real quick, just for showcase purposes. Let me just find a good place. I think there was a desert temple somewhere over here. If I will stop getting freaking leg spikes every couple of seconds, gosh darn it. Seriously, I'm running fine and then boom, random leg spike. What is that? Just let it load out a second. Where are you, desert temple? Where are you? Over here, possibly? Okay, well, if I can't find it, maybe I'll just dig down into the ground or something. Oh, here it is. Still with the leg spikes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So. Oh yeah, I was in here before testing it out. I had the water to keep it so that I wouldn't freeze to death. Anyhow, so why don't we grab some soul sand. Put my insanity down. And when you get insane, it's really quite cool. You just start kind of freaking out, and it's neat. You start hallucinating and hearing things, and your vision goes all purpley. So it's going down at about 1% per second, but that's still going to take some time until it reaches like the insane point. So I think I'm just going to skip ahead to when I get insane. So see you then. Okay, so I'm back, and I forgot, your vision will start to go purple and stuff once you are below 50%. So, yeah, so your vision goes all purple. Once it gets below 10%, you're going to start hearing things and seeing things, and it's really quite neat. I'm going to get down all the way to 0% sanity. Oh, well, there's one thing I saw. Random zombie out of nowhere. And going to creative, it's not going to change. Creative, we'll see what I hear. And because I'm insane, I'll hopefully literally see what I hear. Oh, there's a random enderman. Now, I'm not hearing anything. Sometimes you hear like the ender dragon roar, or like ghast or something. Oh, there's a slime. Hello? Any noises? Okay, now I'm assuming that these are real. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There was a random noise. Oh, yeah, you get random nausea as well. It's a pretty cool effect. Anyhow, I'm going to get back to the village and get my sanity restored. Oops. Okay, so now there's one final thing, air quality. And so, as I mentioned earlier, flaming objects and stuff, they will bring your air quality down. But if you have plants, like leaves or flowers, those will bring your air quality up or keep it up. And it's taking some time. My insanity's taking some time to get back up. I'm still seeing random witches and crap. And so this here is a really neat structure. The villagers have their own version of a mine shaft in this mod. So I think this is a structure that Enviromine adds in. It's like a mine shaft, but for villagers. They don't always appear in villages. They usually do. And the spoils are good. And they're huge. They just stretch on. They're very repetitive. So yeah, and they go really like straight down to... Oh, there we go. There's an ender dragon roar. Straight down to the level you want for diamonds and stuff. And that, you can see what I mean by they're humongous. They are very big. So you'll just have chests and stuff scattered about. And apparently huge lava areas. That's some gold there. They stretch on and on and on, and there's a diamond. And on and more diamonds. And yeah. So that is the structure. I'm not even sure what this structure is called, but you know. And so now, before I head off to the cave dimension, which I think is the final thing I have to talk about, I'm going to talk a bit about the physics. Stone type materials are usually like a lot heavier. Wooden type materials, they can support more. And so, whoa, okay. So as you can see, if I place it underneath, it's just going to drop because it doesn't have anything supporting it. And glass and ice, they will break instead of falling. So if you have blocks below you that aren't supported by anything, oops, then if you have blocks that have the possibility of falling down, jumping on them will give a 20% chance of them falling or breaking if they're not like supported by anything. Well, if they're not supported by anything at all, they're gonna fall. But if they're like just supported by a little bit, cave-ins can happen, which is really quite cool. And when things are around liquid, oh yeah, you see that fell. When blocks are around liquids, they are a lot more susceptible to falling, and it's just really quite cool. So you just kind of mess around, and they're not really doing much right now. But what's really cool is like sand and gravel, they'll like slide diagonally. So if you have like a big sand mountain and you hit, okay, there's some gas, you destroy one block, then the whole thing's going to start tumbling down. Oh, there we go. There's a whole bunch falling. So I believe the only block that doesn't fall at all is glowstone. It's the only one that I can think of that isn't affected by gravity. So that's pretty neat. Anyway, so this needs to be near bedrock level, which I think we might be near enough. You go in there, you click on it. Oh, need to be even nearer. Come on, I thought I was near enough. You suck. So, yeah, you got to be very near bedrock. And it'll emit some light. You click, you right click when to get into it, and off you go to the cave land. The cave world. The dimension is just one huge giant cave. So, it's very good for mining and getting materials, but you're going to need 9 diamonds to get there. And okay. So I'm not sure if these are real. Okay, those weren't real. You know what, I'm going to see what happens if I try to drink a night vision potion. Can I see? Oh dear! I drank a night vision potion and now I can't see anything. You're very, very useful, you know. Now I'm hearing a gas. So the only mobs that'll spawn in here are like mobs that would normally spawn in caves. It's very dark, so you're going to have to bring a lot of light sources. Very susceptible to cave-ins, falling stuff, and lots of ores. So it's really useful to get stuff, but also very dangerous. And you don't want to lose where your elevator is, because that's your only ride back home. Okay, so I think that is about it for the Enviromine mod. Very cool mod. I suggest you download it for your survival world right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the showcase. If you did, like and or subscribe is greatly appreciated. Please put in the comments down below which mod do you think I should showcase in a future mod showcase? What is this? Okay, just bugging out my head. And Mergaman4, over and out. I'll see you guys later.